welcome back to another episode of Raise Your Frequency. I'm Diamond Leone, and I am super excited to bring you a special edition of this Raise Your Frequency here on Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas. Okay, side note, it is ridiculously cold outside. Down here in Florida, it's like in the 40s, which I know you're like crying me a little violin playing, but no, I know it's really cold in other places too, much colder, but it's really cold, guys. So let's get warm doing a tapping session on organizing, not just our home, but our digital life and our mindset. And also going into a new year, we need to have a very clear, focused vision on what we want to do. And how can we do that if there's clutter everywhere, if our car is cluttered, our inbox is cluttered with thousands of emails, we don't know where our photos are, we got photos saved on our phone, on our computer, on external hard drives. Like if everything is just a mess, how do you start your year off right? How are you going to be successful and have a clear mindset and the right energy around you if everything is just like... So I thought, let's do a tapping session on getting organized. Now, getting organized can seem really daunting if you don't have a system in place or you don't know how to set one up. And that's what we're going to talk about. The first thing I want to do, and I've made lots of notes, is I want to share with you some tips and tricks and strategies that I've used that has helped me to organize my home and just little small areas of your life. Then we're going to talk about organizing your emails and your photos, and then we're going to get right into the tapping session so that we can clear our mind, we can program our subconscious into going to work on being a more organized person and having the mindset and the behavior patterns of someone who is organized. Does that sound good to you? The first thing that I want to share with you is that you want to have the mindset that everything in your world should have a place, and that there's a place for everything. So even around your home, even the smallest things need to have a designated spot. For example, like let's say if you buy your batteries in bulk, like I do at Costco, you want to have a little special thing, a little plastic storage container for your batteries. You also, another thing that has really helped me is I buy those big plastic bins from Target, and I use those to store off-season things. So for example, if you have little kids, or even if you don't, when it is wintertime like it is right now, you're going to put all of your off-season stuff in a big plastic bin and keep it in your garage if you have one, or your storage. Like in our building, we have a storage unit so you can put your stuff there. Things like your beach gear, your hats, sunscreen that you're not using, although you should be using sunscreen year round. But if there's anything summer related that you don't need, and you don't need it in your actual living area space, taking up space, put it in a big clear plastic bin, label the bin, and then store it wherever you can keep your storage. Also, you can store things in a closet. One other thing, if you have kids, they have a lot of sports gear, like my kids did. They had a lot of just outdoor stuff like chalk and bubbles and all that kind of stuff when they were little. I would store all of that in the plastic bins just to kind of get it out of the way. Now, for storing the things around your home that you want to keep where you can easily access them, I use baskets. I love baskets. Now, depending on the amount of space that you have in your home, you can use baskets. Like if you have a mud room, I used to have baskets in my mud room that were labeled with things like sunscreen, air fresheners for my car, coupons, sunglasses, any returns that I needed to make, that I needed to be visually reminded of before I left the house. I would put those in a basket. And the point is you want to have things by your door where you can easily see them. I think some people call that like a launch pad. So as you're leaving your home, you want to have everything right there so you don't forget. Another thing that I like to use is sticky notes and those little door hanger reminders. So the Sticky Notes brand, what is it called? 3M. They have these door hanger things that you can write on, and you can just like wrap it around the door and then adhesive that together, and you can write on it. So you can say, like, don't forget your like your dog's shot record, let's say, if you're about to go out to the vet or whatever. Like, those are really great. Okay, so now let's talk about organizing your digital life. If you have a bunch of emails in your inbox and you find it hard to just stay on top of everything, I'm gonna share with you some strategies that I learned from a book called Getting Things Done by David Allen. So I'll link that book below. Actually, there's also a video that I found that I can link below with David Allen himself explaining a little bit about his system and how it works. So what you want to do, especially if you have like Outlook or Apple Mail, you create a new folder and you're going to label it with the @ symbol. And then the first one is going to be called Someday. And the reason you use the @ symbol is because this bumps it all the way to the top of your email folders because of that @ symbol. And you want these 5 folders that I'm about to tell you at the top, and we're going to discuss what each one is. So I'm going to link the video below, and I think David will explain it better. But the first folder is going to be called @Someday, and this is where you're going to want to put things that you want to explore later. Like, let's say an email pops into your inbox, like a trip, a travel zoo email, and you just don't have time. You're busy working, but you don't want to forget about it. Boom, just transfer it, drag it right over to that @Someday. And that's where you're going to keep all of that stuff so it doesn't stay inside your inbox. The next folder is going to be and then reference. This is something you want to keep and reference, like receipts, things that you've paid, warranties, proof of coverage like Apple Care, etc. Anything that you want to go back and reference will go in there. The next one is going to be waiting for. These are things that you're waiting for. You're waiting for someone to send you something or get back to you. You need some information from someone else before you can take further action on it. You're going to put that under waiting for. Next folder is going to be called @Action. This is the one you're going to check every day, first thing, because these are the emails that you need to take action on. You will open this folder first every day before you open anything else. And then the last one is called @Projects. These are all the emails pertaining to open projects. Like, for example, when I was remodeling my house, I would put all the emails from the contractors, the builder, everybody in that folder so that whenever I needed to go and look for them, they were in that folder versus anywhere else in my email. And they certainly were not taking up my inbox. Oh, another thing, like if you're researching colleges, like when I was going through that process, researching colleges for my kids, anything that had to do with that would go in that projects folder. Maybe it's a trip that you're planning. Again, that's a project, so that would go into your @Projects folder. Like I said, I will post a video below with David Allen explaining all of this. Now let's talk about your photos. I have external hard drives that I put all my pictures onto. I don't use the cloud or any of that stuff because my photos are too big for the cloud. And I don't want to pay for like all that extra space to keep putting them up in the cloud. And a lot of the stuff I don't need to access all the time, right? So it's just putting it on an external hard drive is totally fine. If you can bring all your photos that you have on your phone, your laptop, your external hard drives, all into one program, it's going to be much easier to organize them. But if you can't, like I can't because I just have too many, then what you'll do is you will start organizing all your digital photos by the year and month, and then by the person or event. And the reason that you want to do that is because typically you want to know, you want to go to whatever year it was that those photos were, and then the event. If you don't remember what year it was, that's why you want to also organize it by person, event. So worst comes to worst, you just select a year and you go to that event or that person. And then if you can't find it there, you go to the next year. When you organize your photos by year, it's actually better than organizing it by person or event because typically you want to look for something chronologically first. Also, you can use metadata and tags to further organize your photos. So again, if you're able to do it in a program like iPhoto or Google Photo, then you can add tags to each photo, or group of photos so that you can just type in that tag and easily find it. But even still, just organizing them by year, month, and then event or person is going to be huge to finding the photos that you need for projects in the future. I'm going to include a video link below this video that is going to have some more information about how this one girl organized her photos, which I think you guys might find useful. Lastly, backing up your photos is going to be really important. Don't be that person that lost the photos of your kids when they were little because you didn't have a backup of the backup. So once you get your photos organized, you're gonna put them on an external hard drive, and then you're gonna make a copy of that external hard drive, and you're gonna put it in a safety deposit box somewhere or in a safe, so that God forbid, if the unthinkable happened, a fire, a flood, whatever, you have those photos saved. Now, if you are a cloud person, then great, put your stuff up in the cloud, and that's another way to do it. I could go on and on about a whole bunch of other organizational type stuff, but this is going to get you started. Just getting control of your email and your photos is huge to organizing your digital life. And then also just minimizing the clutter that you have around your house, creating a little system, little baskets, bigger storage bins for the things that you want to store off season, so you're not tripping over that stuff all the time. These little things are going to just get you started going into 2023 feeling more organized, more empowered, more focused, so that you can concentrate on the things that matter, like your goals and your day-to-day stuff and your relationships with others and the things that actually bring you joy. So now that we have some tips and strategies on how to organize our physical space, let's get started tapping on our mindset. Let's reprogram our brain with the message that we are capable and deserving of having an organized life. Okay, so take a deep breath, hold it at the top. Let it out. I haven't always been the most organized person. It's been one of my crosses to bear. In fact, being unorganized has probably cost me money and happiness in other areas of my life. It certainly has caused anxiety. I can feel the negative drag on my energy levels. I hate not feeling organized. Even though I know I can and will improve in this area, I still deeply love, honor, and accept myself. I welcome being an organized person. It feels good to want this for myself. I'm stepping into how an organized person thinks. I'm stepping into how an organized person feels. I feel empowered and focused. I love the energy that comes from being organized. I feel aligned with what is right for me. I'm open to learning new strategies. New tips and techniques to help me be more organized. Things like making to-do lists. I'll have a to-do list for my errands. I will use the stack and attack method. This means waiting to do multiple errands in the same geographical area. This will save me more time in the long run. I will purchase an agenda for 2023. I will start mapping out my year in quarters, 3 months at a time. This will help me stay focused on 1 quarter at a time. I am going to find a good accountability buddy. We can hold each other accountable for our goals. I am limiting all distractions this year. At least I will try very hard to do this. I am an organized person. And this is what organized people do. We say no without guilt. We stay focused on our goals. I am paying attention to my behavioral patterns. I am making it a habit to be more organized. I deserve to be free from chaos. Chaos equals stress, and I've outgrown that way of living. I am committed to thinking and behaving like an organized person. This means having a system for everything. I am setting aside a designated time to return all emails. I am setting aside 15 minutes each night to tidy up my home. I am writing out my goals each night before bedtime. This helps my subconscious mind go to work on them. I am also committed to using the technique called time blocking. This means setting a specific time to start and stop a task. I will also set a timer to help me make the most of this time. I'm liking this new system. Having a good system is the key to success. I am also committed to getting rid of things that I no longer use. I like having an organized mindset. And we don't need unnecessary stuff hanging around. Hell, I might even break out a label maker. I can label things so I find them easier. I love embodying an organized way of living. I realize this may take some time and practice, but I'm okay with that. I realize I may fall off track at times. But I'm committed to getting back to where I need to be. I will show myself grace as I'm learning this new way of being. Organization is my friend. Being organized will make my life better. Good things come from knowing that I have a system to help me. There is a place for everything, and everything has its place. It feels good to be an organized person. I like this new version of myself. I am so much more productive. I have better control of my time. This allows me to have more rewarding relationships with others. It allows me to have more time for myself. I am committed to this new way of living. An organized person is a powerful person, and that is me. And so it is. Take a deep breath, hold it at the top. Let it out. What I want you guys to realize is that being organized is a mindset. You're not born not knowing how to organize things. It is wanting to be organized. It is saying to yourself, I'm capable of learning systems and strategies to help myself do things in a more methodical and better way. So if you've always struggled with being unorganized and just having stuff all over the place and forgetting where you put stuff and just everything being scattered, you don't have to live like that anymore. Do this tapping session as many times as you need to. If you just implement one of these strategies, it's going to make that area of your life easier. Here's some other little things that I've put together that might help you guys. So I carry a notepad with me at all times. When I travel, when I'm at home working, I keep one right next to my computer. If I need to jump on a call with someone, I use it. I put the date at the top, and then I put whatever was said in that conversation, and I highlight any things that are actionable that I need to take action on after the call is over. You can write notes about anything, like if you're booking a flight or a trip or whatever, you can just put all your notes and they're all in one place. You don't have a bunch of sticky notes all over the place. It's organized, right? So just keep a notepad. You can get one from the dollar store, but I think you're going to find that it's so helpful to just have all your thoughts in one place, and they're organized by day. You'll have the date at the top. It's awesome. I really love it when I'm making plans, or just like if I'm researching, let's say, health coverage, right? We just went through that season of renewing health insurance. And so, I wanted to compare plans, and I'm making notes, and it's all in your notepad. If you ever have to go back and go, well, what did that person say? Or what was the detail on that? It's all right there. I love having a notepad. Just try that one tip. Another thing that I do to organize receipts is I keep them in an accordion folder organized by month. So if you ever need to go back and look for a receipt for something, it's just right there in that accordion folder by month. Boom, you can find it. You want to declutter your purse or your wallet every day. When I come in the house and I have miscellaneous receipts or whatever in my purse, I will pull them out and I'll put them in that receipt folder so that I can find them. But it just declutters your purse. If there's notes or just anything in there, just get it out of your purse. I've seen people walk around with a wallet like this thick with all these different papers, and I'm like, that just gives me anxiety looking at that. So if that's you, you can do better. Just pull that stuff out, put it where it needs to go, and just see how much lighter you feel as you travel about with just a small, slim wallet with just your credit cards. That just sounds so good, doesn't it? Also, another tip that's really helped is to make your meal plans, especially if you have a family. Write out what you guys are going to have each night of the week, or just maybe 3 nights out, and then go to the grocery store and get those items, and then you're good, right? You don't have to think, oh, what am I going to make for dinner? Oh, do I have everything I need? Nope, because you've already planned your little meals out and you went to the grocery store and got your stuff. I used to do this every week faithfully when I had kids, and it worked like a charm. So even if you're by yourself, make your meal plans. If you maybe a couple nights out, or if you're gonna have friends over, just jot down what you're gonna have for dinner, go to the store, get everything, and then you're set. And then your mind is free to just focus on other stuff. Lay out your clothing the night before, especially if you're gonna have a busy morning. Lay out your earrings, your jewelry, your accessories, your shoes. Lay out all your stuff so that you have it. You don't have to think about in the morning, what do I need to put with this or that? Like, it's all right there. And it makes life so much easier. Have a solid morning routine. This really helps with building strong habits. When you wake up and you do your prayer or your meditation or your journaling, then you do your green juicing or whatever before that, you hit the gym. Just having that little system in place in the morning helps so much, and it's good for your mind, it's good for your spirit, it's good for your body. It's just all around a good idea to have a strong morning routine. By the way, let me know if you guys would like for me to do a video on a morning routine. And last but not least, I love to take about 10 or 15 minutes each night before I go to bed and make sure there's no dishes in the sink, wipe the counters down in the kitchen, maybe run the vacuum, just tidy up your home so that when you wake up, it's just a fresh, new environment for you to move around in the morning, and you don't feel like, oh God, yesterday's dishes are in the sink. No, we're not doing that anymore. You want to set yourself up for success, and just remember that having a clean home declutters your mind, and it just makes you feel so wonderful. Anyway, guys, I've rambled enough. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tapping session, and also these little tips and strategies to help you be more organized and to start your 2023 year off to a great start, feeling empowered, energetic, and yeah, you just know where everything is. It just feels really good. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe this video so we can grow our channel. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching. Mwah.